round of driving that James Hunt hopes will bring him his second Grand Prix victory of the season.
If Barry Sheene and James Hunt were world champions today, their sex lives would be all over the papers just the way that the football stars have been. It's only because in the 70s it was a far more gentle time that they could get away with it. They couldn't now.
If you got killed tomorrow, what would you miss most?
Yeah, that's tricky. I'm not allowed to talk about that on telly, I think.
By 1975, Hunt and Sheene were established contenders on their Grand Prix circuits.
I'm very happy to say the least.
Mixing in the same circles, they became close friends, united by their sporting ambition and a passionate dedication to enjoy every minute of their climb to the top.
Are we now on the air?
Playboy wasn't simply an image, it was a lifestyle choice.
Crikey.
James had an embroidered thing on his overalls which said, "Sex, the breakfast of champions." Nowadays, it couldn't possibly happen.
The modern ethos, no sex the day before, I think James boo-hooed that one. James was definitely sex on race morning, yeah.
Sex on race day?
Before, during and after, if possible.
Oh!
And certainly Barry Sheene.
But it was the 70s, wasn't it?
Well, drink it, not bathing it.
Short skirts and sex, drug and rock and roll. You'd still have a glass of wine the night before. It wouldn't be in the gym all day long. Your fitness came from driving or riding or whatever you're doing, or shagging.
And the spoils of victory to Barry Sheene.
I've never been one of the guys who have been totally focused and very serious and just having racing in my life. I always thought I also have a life. And especially these two guys, they had a lot of life. I always thought also it's very important to have all this life but still succeed and still deliver. This was why these two persons was very big for me, because they delivered. Both been one of the greatest at the time and still they didn't miss out anything.
Hunt's legendary success with the opposite sex may have been underestimated. The latest unauthorised biography claims to have done the definitive piece of totting up.
Total number of conquests? I worked it out about 5,000. And that's different ones. I don't think he was in Warren Beatty's class, but he was certainly the top Brit.
Is it necessary to abstain from drink and sex in order to win?
You have to abstain from drink because alcohol tires your body out, you see. Do you get tired of sex? No, nor do I. Well, there you go.
Whether it was an air stewardess, whether it was a girl organising the race meeting, whether it was the secretary of somebody you'd met, it was fair game, whatever. There was lots and lots, yeah, it would be hundreds in a year.
And this was over what period of time?
When did Stephanie get involved?
This is how I first came to know who Barry was.
Early in 1975, Barry Sheene's growing popularity attracted the attention of a documentary film crew.
Half each side you can do this, and it's better, really.
Their mission was to capture a month in the life of motorcycling's young star.
Hey, you send the contract through the post, OK? Yeah, I hope I win so I can get the extra 500,000.
From Daytona International Speedway.
The centerpiece of the documentary's filming was to be Sheene's appearance at the renowned Daytona circuit in America.
Coming off the North Bank, and he said it's still damp out there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Barry never made the start line.
They were filming him testing at Daytona. Something had happened.
Ow.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, it doesn't look very well, does he?
Don't take it off.
God, he was lucky, really. Because it was a horrendously fast accident.
He didn't appear to lose consciousness at any time. He was very coherent. In fact, he was chasing the emergency room nurse, verbally, of course.
Barry was filmed laying in his hospital bed.
I got a broken femur, I think you call it.
He got a broken this and a broken that and a broken something else.
I busted my wrist just here, my forearm, some ribs, a couple of vertebrae.
This was on this documentary and Stephanie saw it.
Taken a lot of skin off, all in the wrong places.
This is the best bit.
Other than that, I feel brand new.
Oh, wow.
This is the fracture that Barry sustained.
He then became like the bionic man. Everybody wanted to know about his bits of metal here and plates there, and probably boosted his career, if anything.
That's when the public really latched on to everything that he was and everything that he represented, and became more and more interested in motorcycle racing.
And what did Barry see in Stephanie?
That's a silly question.
He knew who I was straight away.
The mark of a man.
He said, "You're the girl on the Old Spice ad."
Give him Old Spice now.
She wanted to do a photo shot with somebody with some leathers, and she'd seen Barry Sheene in the newspapers and thought that would be the bloke to do it with.
And that was it, really. We hit it off straight away.
Stephanie's lovely. She's beautiful. She's everything that we'd all love to be. That's what Barry saw in Stephanie. Unfortunately, she was married to someone else at the time.
That did not deter Britain's new bionic man.
My husband went to the rags with it, and I don't know why he did that, because it made himself look stupid. I'd never seen anything like it. It was quite shocking, really.
All of a sudden, this guy came up to us and he said, "Oh, I'm from the News of the World." And I said, "Oh, hi, I'm from Putney."
We would have made a lot of money out of it, I suppose, selling our stories and all this nonsense. But there was none of that back then.
What about marriage? How is that going to change, first of all, your image?
I think if you're in love with someone, it's more important than an image. That's the way I look at it, anyway.
We didn't get married for 9 years.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's never changed yet. No, you'll never change. I don't want to change him either. He never did change.
Beautiful model meets British hero. It was a fairy tale.
I suppose they'd be posh and becks of the day. They made a glamorous couple, I think. She was a very important part of Barry's life.
Barry and Stephanie were Britain's #1 celebrity couple. James Hunt was the nation's most eligible bachelor, once again. Hunt had signed to drive for the McLaren team, but that wasn't the story.
How do you feel about Burton?
Well, I think he's jolly nice.
Film star Richard Burton was dating his wife.
The trouble is that I'm at a very critical stage of my career now. What really makes it quite difficult to lead a sensible, a normal married life. I'm in a situation where I'm a man in a hurry.
It was a fantastic summer. It was the summer of '76. It was as hot as hot as hot. It never rained. The sun shone. The girls wore little clothes. Pop music was an ascendancy. Barry was, winning races. James was winning races.
While Sheene set the motorcycling pace,
And it's a win for Barry Sheene.
Hunt's pursuit of the Formula One world title spanned 6 of the most compelling months in Grand Prix history. There would be controversy and disaster.
The next fucking came apart into it.
The priesthood, a bevy of BA stewardesses, and the British fans would play key supporting roles. Starring alongside Hunt was the defending champion, Niki Lauda.
James called Nicky the rat. What is rat teeth?
The brilliant Austrian led the standings. Then in Germany, Lauda's Ferrari crashed and exploded into flames. Lauda was so badly burned he was given just a 5% chance of survival.
The nurse asked me if I wanted priest, and I said, I couldn't say anything, so he didn't say one word to me, just came, gave me the last rites and left. My heart started beating again when I realized.
This is a demonstration of how different these people are. I mean, Niki Lauda had had the last rites read to him because he was nigh unto death. 6 weeks after the event, he was back at Monza and he had to have a special crash helmet made. And when he took his helmet off, it was full of blood.
As James said, he was the only bloke that could get half his face burned off and come out better looking.
He was definitely destined to be a world champion. My dad said that when he was born. He told everyone he'd had a son who was going to be a world champion.
Mr. Sheen's prophecy proved correct. In '76, Barry reigned supreme, winning the Swedish Grand Prix to clinch his first 500cc world title. Stephanie took the trophy home to England. Sheene flew to Japan to support Hunt's bid to make British sporting history. In Tokyo, he was deep into his pre-race routine.
He had a lovely time because the hotel we were staying in was the hotel where KLM and British Airways overnighted, so every morning there was a whole bevy of new girls, and James was able to bounce over and say, "Hello, I'm James Hunt." They'd all say, "Oh yeah, we know who you are."
You can't get up to much trouble in Japan. Just a few geisha girls or whatever, I suppose.
Proper sporting preparation.
Barry got sick and he was in bed for a day or two. Well, that's his story anyway.
Hunt or Lauda?
Fame changes everybody.
Don't blame in my life.
Lovely bit of trumpet.
The quality of hell raising has gone down.
James was arguing for no race.